this morning in the Intel meeting there about our ammo supplies. I know there's a lot of talk about ammo supplies. They're having a hard time keeping up with the ammo supplies for Ukraine, battling Russia over in Ukraine. And one of the things that was shared with me is that we actually used to buy a lot of our ammo from China. 20 years ago, they said China would give us good ammo, but as time went on, slowly but surely, China began to introduce ammo that would cause a lot of corrosion. It's almost as if it was done intentionally to mess up our own equipment and cause problems there. A friend of mine down in Florida, actually he's in southern Alabama, had asked me about the green laser that was seen over Hawaii. And the individual that I know, they knew of the incident, but didn't actually know what was going on about that. I know that the news has been talking about that was China that was in behind all of that. That may very well be the case there. But we did bring up a subject that I've actually shared over on Patreon before. I don't think I've ever shared it with you guys here. I'll bring it up, though, with you guys. Bring up a subject that I've actually shared over on Patreon before. I don't think I've ever shared it with you guys here. I'll bring it up, though, with you guys, just so you're aware of this. And that is that China does have a technology with laser where they can transmit a laser beam that will actually show a message to their soldiers on the ground, appear right before their face. They can see that image of the message that they need, and we don't know how to intercept it. We don't know how to decrypt it.
38-35 at that point with a minute and a half. Right. I believe he would have gone and scored a touchdown that would have won the game, but we'll never know because a referee threw a ticky-tack cheap flag.
Kind of a really controversial
a cheap foul call that ruined the game and took away a chance for the Eagles to win a game that I thought they were highly capable of winning.
Restricted him from releasing outside, so therefore, defensive holding.
Encroachment on defense.
Defensive holding.
Eagles lose in a devastating, kind of a really controversial, cheating, full encroachment on defense.
It was a defensive penalty that I'd foreseen. That's going to cost them the game.
Therefore, defensive holding. It's plain as day. That's what happens. You
referee threw a ticky-tack cheap flag, a cheap foul call that ruined the game. And
hey, Rob. Hey, Henry.
At the end of the game, some type of
hey,
play.
Ruben. I don't know how you knew.
The game's on the line.
Mahomes pressure.
He sure called that one.
Julius Smith-Schuster couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10. Hang on, there's a penalty.
One of the teams is getting ready to score, and being a tied game.
I think it's huge because there was a huge earthquake that just went down and it split a huge olive field right down the middle, split it in half. Now what?
So Holmes is hurt, not Jalen.
Do you know that the Chiefs?
This is during the game live.
High-ranking Freemason. Yeah, that's right. Who would have thought that, right? That's a swerve. Who would have thought that?
What, that he was going to get? I know.
Not me.
Me neither. I thought Jalen would get hurt, not Mahoney. The theme of the Rocky acting scene. 38.
Here we go. So there you go.
Don't know how to intercept it. We don't know how to decrypt it. We don't know how to do anything, and we don't know how China pulls it off. That's just some of the interesting things going on there when it comes to China. But
really all of that, it's Chinati, the LZ, and the riverbed. It's all of it coming together to what the Lord's shown me and manifested. So I want it to be like, guys, do you understand? Y'all are going to see so far beyond miraculous. You're going to be going like, this was all planned out. Somehow the Lord made sure Kleck had the shipping container in Houston that had what was in it, like Jeremiah 51. He made sure I had a parachute that had a red X on it, and that's the end of the hendecagram, and how it all matches up. The whole thing matches up. It's crazy. I mean, it's like, it's hard to comprehend because you'll see the Lord's hand in it all. It's like,
jaw dropping. And if you watch what happens, this is
March 16th, 2020.
Today is
In the
Monday.
morning.
Happy birthday, Jonathan Vargo Click. Are you going to ring that bell or what? It's 9:26 a.m.
Stock Exchange. And Allison, the largest point loss ever today, is that right?
426. 926. Before the stock market rang, I never changed the title. May 1st, World War III wasn't declared. However, that same day, after the stock market, it tumbled over 3,000 points. And she's given the report at 4:26 when Jonathan Clegg rang his bell at 2:26 p.m. his time.
John.
16.
3:16. It's time to ring the bell.
Like I said, I heard it rings all the way back to the garden. I don't know what's going to happen.
Johnny has his hand in his pocket.
Maybe. Did you pause it? You should be at home. I'm getting ready to ring the bell. Now, again, whosoever believeth on him should not perish. See? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten, his only born son. My birthday at 3:16. Today is my birthday. John 3:16 is the day. March 16th. So 3:16 is the day. March 16th. So I'm going to ring this thing, and I'm going to do what he said. So here we go. You ready? Let's pause and start with the rings. Okay, so here we go. Birthday ring, John 3:16 ring. I feel your presence.
The sun's out. It's a nice, bright, sunshiny day. And I'm going to guess on the stock market today. And I'm going to say that it's going to go down.
the biggest and worst point loss ever for the Dow. Really,
3,330.
Though there might be
You know, like 3,000.
necessarily an
It needs
age.
to
So for
really
those
tumble.
millennials of us who have parents
This
who
Friday,
watch what happened.
purpose will be the
when he said
30.
that the outbreak could last until
You know,
July
like
or August, that's when
3,000.
the Dow
It needs to
kind of
really
nosedived
tumble.
hundreds of points.
This-
The largest point loss ever today, is that right?
The biggest and worst point loss ever.
Happy birthday, Jonathan Vargo Click.
Just for saying happy birthday to Jonathan Clegg. He created the entire stock market to go down 3,000 points that day. And they added it in the title for it to tumble as well. Just for saying happy birthday. That's not my title. That's the news.
Kind of nosedived hundreds of points. And as he was talking, the closing bell rang.
Yeah, I'd say. Here's the closing bell.
Here comes the earthquake, and here comes the earthquake.
It was also the title. Clegg rang the bell, and in 3 days, day is a year is a day, corona death head wound, and great earthquake. So what I was thinking back then, and my wish with a covenant of peace, on that day is Second 9/11 in Philly, William Penn Building, 17 JFK, the Met Building. I don't know where it came from. Martial law throughout WW3. No, that didn't happen the last 21 days. And then last 3 days, the sun will be dark. So when you take these days, and day is a year is a day coming up, the sun being dark. You know, when the sun is dark, it means it's being blocked. At 12 noon, May 21st, 2020, it will rise from the west and set in the east and won't rise again until May 24th, 2020 at midnight. Then it's my covenant of peace offered to the world leaders. Yeah, I was premature. And to submit to the Father, Creator, my God. So here, I have Willow said, I happened to see this video come up and came to see you have such a hatred for this clique that if he was to burp you, would find it to mean something hidden. Meanwhile, precious time you could have spent with the Almighty is lost, and possibly your souls with it. He will say, I did not know you, Robin, you're not awake. You're not waking anyone up, but showing you are lost. I guess you didn't see what I just showed you. It's just a simple prediction for that one day. I haven't bet another time since, or maybe the next day I might have been thinking, I think it's going to go up 4,000 points. I think I said that. I forgot what happened, but it was just for that one day. And it had to be on Jonathan Kleck's birthday. And I just happened to wish him a happy birthday just to be a good friend. And then saying the stock market's going to tumble, like first it's like 3,300. And then my final answer was, like 3,000 points. It really needs to tumble. And then it tumbled 3,000 points exactly on that day on Jonathan Kleck's birthday. So the question is, did I truly predict it? Or did Jonathan Kleck just make it go down? Because he was ringing the bell and he was letting you know who he's going to be paying attention to for the next 3 years. And all the information he's going to gather. So this was just the beginning of a dead on either accurate prediction or a dead-on influencer of someone to do something just because I said it would happen. So let's see. What's the same thing in the Super Bowl? Did they change the plans last minute and they could easily just programmed it into the video game that we all thought we were watching a real game and just make it like that last second? Or it was already planned and it's a real game and I just winded up meeting them there with a lot of close similarities. And then with the Powerball, when I predict the Powerball in the future, because of the numbers and patterns that develop, is it going to be? Am I guessing the numbers correctly, or am I going to be able to influence at least one of those 10 kings or something? One of those 10, the numbers will, out of one of the 10 numbers, patterns that I pick, is at least one of you is going to just take my numbers and say, you know what, I'm just going to switch it to his numbers. He earned it. Now I'm only doing it for this day, right here. 3 years later. Just that day. Well, actually, the day before. It's the 3/15. It would be, the drawing is 3/15.
Powerball drawing is every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday night at 10:59 p.m. Eastern, 9:59 p.m. Central. The drawing is broadcast on different networks, depending on where you live. Tonight's drawing is for $545 million, with an estimated cash value of $392.1 million.
That's it. Let's see. If you divide it into 144,000. If I hit the lottery, then if 144,000 people truly, like the day before the lottery takes place, and you're picking up on, I'm not going to give you the actual, I'm not going to just hand it to you. You got to at least try to figure out which numbers go where. But, and then 144,000 get the same exact pattern. And then they play that same pattern that I helped you guys do, because I could just keep it to myself. And, $500 million, or just divide it. Even if I got $1 million, I'd be satisfied for a long time. I think that would be plenty, actually. It would just be plenty. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool if I can win 144,000 people at least $1 million each, or maybe even two, however you divide it, however much. It could be up to $1 billion by the time 316 comes rolling around, or 315. Remember, 4 minutes before the bell was rang, and then 24 minutes before Super Bowl was played. So now I'm going to go all the way up to the 15th to get that ticket. I might have to do it on the 14th. So the drawings are on, what'd she say, Monday, Wednesday? I forget what she said already. Wednesday and Saturday. Huh? Every Wednesday and Saturday. Oh, okay, I see. So it's only two times a week that you do a drawing. And then the one is on the 15th. And then the drawing is at night. So it won't go in until the news won't break until the next, well, it'll probably break right before the day. But the point is, this day would be a magnificent day to be able to crack the code and numbers and share with my fans.
30, like 3,000. It needs to really tumble.
Just envision this video 3 years later. This time I'm saying, I'm going to guess on the lottery ball, the Powerball today. Remember 3 years ago? Remember the Super Bowl? Hey, if you believe in me and you can gather the numbers that I'm going to pick and put them where they need to go, I'm going to throw some other numbers out there. Maybe the patterns will change. I mean, I don't know, but what better way to retire than a one-time, oh, Robin, you're a gambler. The Lord didn't give you the numbers. Oh, yeah? The Lord told me he wants me to retire really soon because it's time to relax. And everybody, the whole world has enough money and we don't. So I want to hit the lottery for like $1 billion and then share it with the 144,000. But I'm not going to sit there and write out checks to everybody. You're going to pick up what I'm putting down because I picked up what they're putting down, and I'm going to get as close as I can. And if it's not time, if it needs to be till next year, then the numbers will be very close. So let me get this prediction in now. For the future, it's February 20th, 2023, and I plan on playing the stock market for the first time in my life, the Powerball. I'm not even sure how to do it. I guess I'll just go to 7-Eleven and pick some numbers. So 3 years later, considering this was a lucky day, this was John 3:16's birthday. He rang the bell, the stock market. The stock market bell rang also, and then it tumbled exactly 3,000 points, just like I predicted. So you would have to have faith that I can come up with the numbers and actually believe that I'm willing to share it with people. You just have to go and fill out the numbers that I'm giving you in your order on that day, because you would be pretty salty if you didn't. I'm trying to help you out any way I can. So here's what Click's getting ready to do on that day.
He's sitting here diligently doing more data. Okay, guys, I keep doing this because we're in a flight pattern. Planes keep coming over.
Pray that your flight's not in the winter on us or on the Sabbath here.
So anyway,
You better pray that your flight's not in the winter.
For, posterity.
When inactivity and decay, you better pray that your flight's not in the winter or on the Sabbath.
Is I will be recording just tons of data literally for myself.
Is that not true? How much data have you recorded since this day here? Since that day alone, giving you that little nugget there.
Like I'm doing it for myself, not like I'm trying to convince an audience. Hey, you need to know. I'm going to do it for myself.
I'll convince everybody.
For what the Lord God had me do.
I also called it too, the rapture of Johnny.
Vanished.
You know why? Because he's a new Bill. Look at that. He's a new Bill. Like William.
Vanished. He's getting raptured up out of here.
Okay.
Ain't that the truth?
So there you go. The bell's been rung. You are looking at one tired bell ringer.
You hear that water? I hear it pretty loud and clear, right? What time is it?
It's 3:15.
See the time? Yep. $3:15. It's 46 and 49 in. See the time? It's 3:15. It even said 3:16 when I popped on that thing.
September 3rd, 3:15. Shh, be still. Thank you.
Listen.
Now, does anybody else notice this?
That's unusual, Robin, that it would stop like that. Why don't you tell it to go raise back up again?
All right, you can come back up.
It's so pretty amazing, man. That's some funny stuff right there.
All right, you can come back up.
Right. I showed you 3:15.
You know who's seen that? Nobody. Just me.
And I
Just me
showed
and my
you.
recorder. Oh my goodness. That's something else, huh? That is something else.
Which means
There it is.
September 3rd, 9/3/2022 at 3:17 p.m. The water stood still for me.
Not
Next time,
that one.
Clear picture, the holy place, 316. Wednesday, again, it's a Wednesday. October 21st on a Wednesday, I went down there too. It shut down. It shows the date, September 28th, 316. September 28th. So 25 days later, I went down. This time I requested for it to turn off at 316.
September 28th.
Perfect.
You know you're my first.
In the dirt, 2-2.
Just let that one go. Let that one go.
You know, any ball that gets past the infield.
Give it a little bit of drama.
On second base.
All right, so 3 minutes. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. See if the Woodard decides to shut off one more time. 316. And see, it's 314. I wonder if that Woodard will stop in 1 more minute. There you go. John 3:16. Be still. I mean, not that one. 3:16. September 28th, 2022. John 3:16. My only begotten Son.
For the second time at 316. The streams that makes the city of God glad stood still. And then this time was on July 8th, 2020. I went down there during the pandemic. Everything was shut down. No Woodard was streaming all year long until a minute and a half. There it goes. Once I got there,
1 minute, 30
it.
seconds in.
At 8:46.
Fountains of Woodard. Well, that just turned on now. Obviously.
And then
System is vampiric, and I'm Johnny the vampire sunglass guy.
October 21st,
And he also
2020.
gave me Parakletos today. 1 cent to defend another. 1 cent to defend another. The camping world this morning to show me what you're about to see in order to confirm the picture I just showed you, along with probably a couple hundred other pictures.
This time I'm purposely heading down there at 8:48 a.m. thinking a bomb is going to go off, but it doesn't. Because instead the water
I want to show you something.
stood still. This was the second time. First time was July 8th, 2020. Second time was October 21st, 2020. It did it the one time at 12:12. I made a request. and 316 twice the first time it did it. I didn't record the time. I recorded 315 and then 317 showing it was rising and then it was down. And then the second time around, I went back September 20 something or other, 8th. First time was September 6th, 2022. And then 2 years later, and then for the second time at 316, as I requested for it to shut down at that exact time, it shut down at the exact time. So that's my connection with this dry desert ground with the rock springs of water sprouting up out of the dry desert ground, and water standing still at 8:48 a.m. is when it began. The first time the water stood still was at 8:48 a.m. And Barack Obama just happened to show up in Philly that same day, and at the end of the day, he gave me a shout out.
I want to thank Mr. Philadelphia what our last name is.
That's my last name. That's for sure. Hey, you're welcome, Obama.
What our last name is.
Genesis. I'm just getting started. I'm just giving you a little teaser right now.
October 21st, 2020.
Okay, why are you showing me this?
It's a list of dates. Every major global disaster for the last 50 years in perfect sequence. And a piece of paper that's been buried in the ground for 5 decades. The next number on the chain predicts that tomorrow, 81 people are going to die. The next number on the chain predicts that tomorrow, 81 people are. The next number on the chain predicts that tomorrow, 81 people are. The next number.
Sometimes I don't even know if the cities are actual cities, just a CGI.
People are going to die in some kind of tragedy. Get off the train.
Why? What's wrong?
Just take the baby and get off the train.
Estimates put the presumed dead at 81.
Prediction came true. It's not coincidence.
Referee threw a ticky-tack cheap flag. A ticky-tack cheap flag.
Devastates the Eagles and crushes
Bradbury held him. He didn't need to.
Evil.
It was out of the break. That's the game, right? Deciding Super Bowl 57 on a flag?
Damn Skippy.
54 left. Greg set it up for you. 35 all, 3rd and 8.
At the end of the game, some type of play where the game's on the line.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Henry. Hey, Ruben.
One of the teams is getting ready to score.
I tell you, that call was spot on. You mean like the Chiefs?
Being a tied game.
You mean like 35-35?
Game. 4 minutes in on the video. 5:43.
Titans pressure. Love
the game. Get ready to score.
Couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10.
And then there's a flag.
Hang on, there's a penalty.
At the end of the game, encroachment on defense.
Some type of play on the defense.
And then it's a false flag.
It's going to cost them the game.
Prior to the pass, holding number 24, defense.
I think your brothers already knew that.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario. You'll see James.
I watch the news.
Why won't you tell me what's going on? They were here.
Who?
The Whisperer people.
632-603-19501. Coming soon. 14 years ago, December 19th, 2008. 322. Coming soon.
You got an ego that is way bigger than my pride. That's why Ashley asked you if you were an angel, because you said it. You're the one that said you're the pride. You're the one that's coming
spiritually,
up with
dude. You don't understand spiritual things.
I'm telling you this is something you're being treated because the Bible says so. because God has declared it through the.
If anyone's
Where's the there's 66 books in here. Where's Robin's book at? Can you guys show me where Robin's, put it on the screen where Robin's book is?
Hey,
so I can go
Matthew,
to it and
it's
see
right
it.
here.
Oh, that's right, it's not in here.
oh,
You see it now? I'm publishing all of them put together. But first, I gotta put together the 66 cannons.
You know what else was crazy? Was back in the day when everybody thought that he was going to win, and I told everybody, no, I had this weird dream. Remember this dream? Remember this? If you're new to the channel, I got a lot of weird things that go down. I got a lot of weird dreams and stuff and that I share. And then I kind of speculate. Clearly, over the years, you can see 2 years, 2 years, 1 year, 1 year. This is all about 2 years, almost 3 years ago. I started sharing these strange things. On October 10th, 2020, before everything went down, I said, will they try to fake it? There's a picture of Trump looking at a coffin. But really, it had more to do with the political landscape of things. Hard to keep track. But I told everybody, I said, you watch them come back. When no one was saying this, when everybody was crying foul, I said,
Well, in all fairness, what I was saying on that day, this day, November 3rd, 2020, I even got rejected by 303 error code. Text Joe 30330.
I think you're all right. Yeah, you're all right.
Okay.
So you can see that the cards that are accepted are 303s. But nevertheless, I said even though Trump will lose initially, me and my sons vote for Donald Trump and Pence. I thought I only had one son, but apparently me and my sons voted. Trump will come back after this deadly wound to the head is healed by handling losing. When did he lose? Well, as of November 3rd, 2020, he didn't. But then...
My great honor to introduce
November 8th, 2020.
the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Thank you. I'm the president. That is so great.
For Biden's victory speech. By then, buying time for Trump's comeback.
Thanks, America.
Temporary President of the United States.
Oh, it feels so good to be Joe. Bye, Biden. Back. And I don't have yours. I said at the outskirts, I want to represent this candidate. It's going to look like America. We've done that. And there's an administration that all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand how pissed you are. I lost a couple times myself. But not anymore because I cheated. Chew, boy, man. It's time to put it away the harsh rhetoric. Make no mistake. Too many dreams have deferred for too long. We must make the promises of the country that we lied about. And the better angels need to prevail. Tonight.
Chase Center. Biden gives his victory speech in Chase Center, Chase Bank. Like 17th JFK where that water kept staying still.
Tonight the whole world is watching, America. I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that it came over here. It's China's fault. It's not even Joe's freaking fault.
But the truth is, Trump and Biden, they're really good buddies. November 1st, 2021.
Do it 4 years ago. Puppet president. You are definitely puppet president.
Joe just has a problem falling asleep.
Even less than what when you were the vice president. You keep all these things are going, and you're going to do it again. But this time, it's just for a short period of time. And you guys, come on, Trump. Look here, it's been great. Trump's coming back.
November 1st, 2021.
So's Derek and Robin.
It seemed good to Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which they should charge over the whole kingdom, and over them 3 commissioners, of whom Daniel was one, that the princes might give an account unto them, and that the king might not suffer loss. Then as Daniel began distinguishing himself among the commissioners and satraps and the princes and presidences, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king sought to set him over the whole realm of the kingdom. Then the commissioners and the princes and the presidences, they found to find some kind of an occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom and in regard to the government affairs, but they could find no ground or accusation or evidence of corruption, in as so much as he was faithful, and no negligence or corruption was to be found in him. Then these men said, "We will not find any ground of accusations against him, this freaking Daniel, unless we find it against him regarding to the law of his God." And then so these presidences and princes, they all assembled themselves together to the king. And they said to the king, "O Darius, live forever." Is that how they really approach you, Darius? Do they say that? Or is that just more like a butt-kissing kind of a way of coming to the king? And the presidences of the kingdoms and the governors and the princes and counselors and captains have consulted together and established a royal statute to make a firm decree that whosoever makes a petition of any god or man beside you, O king, for 30 days, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now the king established the injunction, the decree, and the writing, that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Therefore Darius signed the document, that is the injunction, the writing, the decree. Daniel's in the lion's den. You know that whole story comes down, goes down, keeps going, all the way down. The king's decree. King gave orders and brought the men out who had maliciously accused Daniel, threw them in the lion's den. You know that story. Darius the king wrote to all the people, nations, and tongues in every language who were living in all the land, "May your peace abound. I make a decree that every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, the steadfast, God, and forever. And his kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivers, he rescues, he performs signs and wonders in heaven and on earth." And so who has also delivered Daniel from the power of the lions? So this Daniel enjoyed success in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Trump. So Darius and Trump Daniel prospered in the reign of those two. So who does that remind me of?
So far beyond miraculous, you're going to be going like,
demonic.
this was all
Trump
planned
looked this
out.
up.
Somehow
He was
the
like
Lord
demonic, and then he's
made
he's
sure
a
collect.
And they're saying that the people over at Fox really didn't believe in the things that Trump was saying, but Tucker did say that he was like demonic. Trump looked this up, that he was like demonic, and that he's a destroyer. He's a destroyer. That was the word Carlson used. I wish I pulled this to show you.
You didn't record your own recording of when you were acting as Carlson, or was that Jonathan Clegg? Which one's Carlson? Is it Darius or is it Cyrus? Probably Darius, right?
But that's interesting, right? Interesting that Tucker Carlson, who you would think like Trump loves Tucker, would seem like it, would privately say that the man's a demonic force and that he's a destroyer.
So that would be a bad Don, Abaddon, the angel. The angel of the abyss, number 3. You know, after everything else, after all the other numbers run out, what are you going to have left over? But I also seen this in Gematria somewhere. Abaddon, he identifies a numbered beast. Ah, there it is. A numbered beast of Abaddon identified. 914. Ah, that's funny that this video has that, because it's also Las Vegas.
Where are we?
And that was the guy back before that. "62 years old." It's funny because Jonathan Kleck's turning 62 years old, and on 3/16/2023, 62 years old. It's like the last. You get the first one, you get the last one, and then you have Abaddon, who's the angel of the bottomless pit. Because what's happening is an overthrow is taking place. Destruction, ruin, Bible. It's an overthrow, it's destruction, and it's ruin. Feminine overthrown destruction. Time of a female rival. And then when I look that up, after I start with this one, it would have to be Divine Mother of the Holy Spirit. You have to hear with your heart. And I must be about my Father's business. Then these other 2 times where there are important timelines for me.
21st, 2000. Yay! Guys, the tribulation is over according to him, shill.
The first time I struck a nerve on August 13th, 2019. What a joke. It was like squeezing a sponge a little bit. Remember those two devils that as soon as you confront them about something, just they did that to you? And then not only 6 months later of consistently hanging out with Jonathan Kleck, I already had him apologizing to me.
Sorry, Robin.
That's okay, Johnny. I understand. You gotta apologize to me and then tell the false prophet hunters that they're in some deep doo-doo.
All you shills, you guys are in for deep, 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 deep trouble. By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Anyway.
And then February 29th was an important date in my timeline. And then 316 is also an important number, a date to remember. And then it only took me 7 months from this time where...
Okay, you didn't answer my question either, Johnny. You just put this... You were basically repeating yourself. What a joke. Look at his channel in a about section. And when the tribulation started, 7 years of tribulation started, May 21st, 2000. Yay! Guys, the tribulation is over according to him, shill. That's why Steve tried warning you 8 years ago, clown. But, hey, look, whatever. Watch him try to change it. LOL. I documented it. Who's the champ?
And then from August 13, 2019 to February 29th, 2020. And then not only that's the leap year, so 16 days later from giving me a nerd shout out, listen to the changing of my voice.
Monday. Happy birthday, Jonathan Vargo Kleck. Are you going to ring that bell or what? It's 9:26.
And then I already went over what you seen earlier on this day. So it was a quick turnaround for me because, well, he gave me a shout out. He didn't deny my name.
By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Anyway.
Robin!
That snickers. Green grass.
Guess what Joseph Biden's middle name is? Robin
Robinette.
Robinette. Robinette. This is like news. What are the chances?
Yeah.
What are the chances
What
of
are the
seeing this?
chances?
And then
I've
there's
never heard of it.
Robinette. And then like right after it, we hear this.
Jacob didn't deny my name either. Jacob makes comments. Robins have prayed to always have just a bit more than I need. I don't want to be rich. Just want to do God's will. Honestly, brother, what else matters? Yes, Robins. Robins. I agree.
It's perfect because it just turned out to be exactly what the novel was about. So strange. Robin!
Robins. Love you too, dude. Hey, brother. Thank you, Robins Hood. Yo, Robins! Hey, Robins. Love seeing you here, brother. Back in June 26, 2021, almost 2 years ago. Hey, Robins. Me too. What's that? Oh, the first comment. I've been hidden in crap. And Jacob says, Robbins, me too. And Paul Bakery, too. He didn't deny my name either.
Call on the name of Jesus. Bless you, Robin's Hood. People are repenting. People are rededicating.
That was back in May 28, 2019.
This would happen. Fearful sights. Okay. Things that the matter of fact, it even says in Revelation that there would be people who would be killed by the beast of the earth.
Wait for it. I'm in Philly.
It's a second.
Wait for it.
That could be
What? Who let the Doge out? I know I went with an F6 mode in the Super Bowl, which is a numerology. In numerology, a F6 is a 66. It's a King Doge mode.
This is before Super Bowl 57. Just keep that in mind. This is before, and I'm gonna record Super Bowl and click in and out as I go. So before the game actually plays, I have a right to think what I want to think, and then say, I'm going to stick with what I stuck with, or I'm going to go with option 6, which would be F6. Because see red, if you see red, which is 3 in the red zone. Here comes the arrow piercing. You have a dead eagle. You have the lizard 3-point field goal in the red zone. A dead eagle up because of it. Because the Chiefs pierced the Eagles on the last play of the game, where the Eagles were going to lose, or they're going to win by 3, but now they're going to lose. So it's still before the game is played.
Just somebody, maybe your first timer here, and that's fine. We'd love to have you here. Glad
2 weeks ago, October 27th.
Okay, things that the matter of fact, it even says in Revelation that there would be people who would be killed by the beast of the earth. Okay, that could be animals. That could also
I think he saw you, Rob.
He was. It's confirmed.
Crawling.
This is your moment.
3.5 years ago, May 28th, 2019.
14444. Two of the most purest words.
You can do this. Call on the name
52
of Jesus.
seconds.
Bless you, Robin's Hood. People are repenting. People are rededicating.
Exactly 1 minute.
Crawling from the center of the earth, you know, the polyon and the release.
Today. Paul, what president did you say you were again? I meant in the past. I think it wasn't Teddy Roosevelt. No, it wasn't one of the ones on the
Andrew Jackson.
Mount Rushmore.
I think it was Andrew Jackson.
But it was a significant president that I remember you were talking about this president probably a month or two ago. I was wondering which one that you said that you were again.
And run forward. I'm not Paul, what president did you say you were again? I never said I was a president. I was president of a company once, but I mean, no.
Manufacturing president?
Plant. But no, I've never been president of anything. I've never run for office for anything. I'm just a preacher. Just and a humble one at that, from the cornfields of Indiana. So I don't know why I'm being asked these questions, but maybe it's just somebody maybe your first time here. That's fine. We'd love to have you here. Glad you're with us.
It's all about timing.
You can do this. Call on the name of Jesus. Bless Robin's Hood.
So what you're saying, you can't make this stuff up, that you were looking at the same videos that I showed after. So you saw those beforehand. I haven't gone over and checked out Robin's channel. Robin does some interesting work. He's followed me for a little while. He's had some things trying to figure me out, but I love him. He's a great guy. We got to talk on the phone. We've had a couple of different conversations. Very, very sweet man.
I rebuke you, Robin, Henry, Tease. I rebuke you.
Just told him.
Tired of being just a man.
I gave you a thumbs down. I gave you a thumbs down, and I'll rebuke you again. I rebuke you, Robin Henry Cheese. Because I know you're a liar, like your father, the devil.
You the devil. Take a look at yourself.
If what Robin says is true, and you this whole time have been a part of some evil agenda.
Just told him he was going to deny him 3 times, okay? In all the ages. Not just that time, but 3 times throughout. You, I gave you a thumbs down. I gave you a thumbs down, and I'll rebuke you again. I rebuke you, Robin Henry Cheese.
Hey, Rob. Robin's Hood. Want to learn something that's worth learning?
People who are richer than them. So because of that, these poor people, and genuinely poor, genuinely suffering, they wanted to idealize some kind of hero, like a Batman or something.
Guys, look,
where they
I'm
would
just a
steal
poor
from
suffering
the
servant. I mean, LeBron.
hero, like a Batman or something, where they would steal from the rich.
Or
Yeah, to David Keith. Yeah, that was my segue. To David.
which was one day, November 29th, after this video here.
Hey guys, listen. There's a lot of talk going on around here about my partner, okay? First of all, he's not a liar, okay?
And give to the poor. And the Roman Catholic Church would be quite a supporter in that aspect as well, with Robin Hood's feats. And then obviously the sheriff of Nottingham was known as a very evil figure. So we have to defund the police. We have to defund the sheriff of Nottingham. And we have to give it to the poor people because they have a right. And the current king that we have, King John, is a very oppressive person.
21st, 2000. Yay! Guys, the tribulation is over according to him, shill.
Sorry, Robin Hood and all you shills. You guys are in for deep trouble.
Bobbin, nothing. Bobbin on a bobbin, a bobbin on a bobbin, a bobbin, bobbin on a bobbin.
What?
Bobbin on
He takes another shot. 4 years ago, November 29th, 2018.
bobbin, a bobbin on a bobbin, a bobbin, 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 bobbin.
Things are actually getting to the point where it's fairly predictable. Things are actually getting to the point where it's fairly predictable. We're not making predictions here.
No, I don't know. I feel like, see, I don't like making predictions. That's the thing.
We're not making predictions here. Things are happening at a rapid pace. Things are actually getting to the point where it's fairly predictable. Things are happening at a rapid pace. Things are actually getting to the point where it's fairly predictable. What's missing? There's no birds. Missing? There's no bird. Bobbin.
I don't know what's up this guy. He's obsessed with my name.
Bobbin.
And you know what? A few people to gather up. And we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about it. I'll show you what I think about Robin. It's a good analogy of Robin. Because Robin thinks he's going to be a king. And you know what? He might be. I don't know. But this guy, Robin's so fucking sure that he's saved, and that's another issue I have. It's like, okay.
Hey, Robin's Hood. Robin, he's a liar. He's such a liar. He's gonna be slain. Anyway, Robin.
Hey, Robin. Yeah, I'm the real Batman. Okay?
You can either believe what I'm telling you, or you can follow after the Joker, because he has stolen the Batmobile. All right? I don't care. But you're chasing after fool's gold. All right? And in the end, he's going to be slain. He will. I guarantee it.
Agreement in the middle at the end. So that agreement in the middle at the end, I think, only lasted 3 years. It was the war short. So in the end, him and Saladin, they made an agreement in the middle at the end. So that agreement in the middle at the end, I think, only lasted 3 years.
Monday. Happy birthday, Jonathan Vargo Click. Are you going to ring that bell or what?
I'm just getting started. I'm just giving you a little teaser right now.
But Richard the Lionhearted, then he had to return home because John, he was basically taking over the kingdom. So in order for John not to take over the kingdom, when Richard the Lionhearted returned, he took on one of these boats where he disguised himself, which is another famous figure, and you're going to want to know these guys because they're famous in the conspiratorial realm, Knights of Templar. Now, before I go further on the Knights of Templar, basically, let me finish the story of Richard the Lionhearted. So Richard the Lionhearted, he disguised himself as one of the Knights of Templar through ship. And what happened is that he didn't make his destination and he was in prison. And during his imprisonment, basically John thought that he could get away with things. And that's where you get your famous story of Robin Hood. So where you get your famous story of Robin Hood, there are some movies that would show where Richard the Lionhearted is away on a trip through the Crusades or in prison, so then King John was able to take advantage. Now, before we go back to Richard the Lionhearted, let's go to Robin Hood, the story behind that one. So let's go to Revelation chapter 6, behind Robin Hood. So there are historians that would try to trace him with 4 famous criminals or robbers, but to be quite honest, in the end, they put him as a ballad. So there is no real historical figure behind that. If mythology, remember, it would be formed if there is a real life person that they would make the story after, or it could be, this is interesting, a collective thought of people where they want to idealize. Now, if we take that theory, which seems like most historians are going for, this is very interesting. Why did the poor people have a ballad about Robin Hood? Why did that become popular amongst them? Why did they like to tell those stories? Because this was a man. Now, remember, don't be stupid about what men learn from history is that men never learn from history, okay? Don't be that stupid. Try to compare your timeline, all right? These are poor people suffering an oppressive regime, and rightfully so, people who are richer than them. So because of that, these poor people, and genuinely poor, genuinely suffering, they wanted to idealize some kind of hero, like a Batman or something, where they would steal from the rich and give to the poor.
1 day period from that point on for 1,290 days. But 3 years ago.
Today is Monday. Happy birthday, Jonathan Vargo Click.
Robin Hood, I find it very interesting. He's a guy that takes from the rich and gives to the poor. And also, he's famous for his marksmanship. Now.
What we said? Attack.
April 2nd, 2017, April 8th, 2017.
And also, he's famous for his marksmanship. Now, if you know what the Bible predicts about human nature, they will have a Robin Hood in the future. And he will come down. And his job is to stamp out the current rich system, to start out his own system with a minority group of people.
By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Anyway.
And to the angel of the church of Philadelphia, write these things, he that is holy, he that is true, he who has the key of David. Remember that key? I found it on top of a parking post in Philadelphia when I was working down there. It's the nicest key I've ever had. He who has the key of David, who opens and no one will shut, and who shuts and no one will open, says this. I know your deeds. Behold, I have put before you an open door which no man can shut, because you have a little power, and have kept my word, and have not denied my name. Behold, I will cause those of the synagogue of Satan who say they are Jews and are not, but they do lie.
Made in the past, and you know, it's just obvious to me now. I was being dumb for a very long time. I just wanted to be Robin's friend, regardless of all.
You know what
I just want to make it clear that all the things that he's ever said about me in the past, being an agent, working for Derek Bros, working for the inside, none of that's true.
All of it's true.
It's not even close to true.
It's dead on, Robin.
Nothing he says is close to true. So, you know what, I'm going to keep this. I got a video to make about the Georgia Guidestones, Georgia Senate runoff race. But I wanted to clarify this first. Remember liar from the beginning.
I'm a liar from the beginning. You hear that? His own words.
I wanted to clarify this first.
Meaning him. I'm a liar from the beginning.
I've been a liar from the beginning.
So, I will cause those of the synagogue of Satan who say they are Jews and are not. I will make them come and bow down at your feet and make them know that I have loved you. Because you have kept the word of my perseverance, of my patience, I will also keep you from the hour of testing, which shall come upon the whole world to try them, dwell upon the earth. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold fast that I have, or hold fast that you have, so that no man will, or no one will take your crown. He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will not go out from it any more, and I will write on him the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the new Jerusalem which comes down out of heaven from my God, and my new name. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches.
To start out his own system with a minority group of people. And he is famously known as having the bow, and the people will love him.
And checked out Robin's channel. Robin does some interesting work. He's followed me for a little while. He's had some things trying to figure me out, but I love him.